We are recording, and yeah, so here we are. It's a beautiful Saturday, and Facebook just kicked us off again, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we're just going to go ahead and move on with what we're doing here today, buddy, and then we'll just put it out onto the Kong family page and share a recording once we have that from the Zoom people.
So let's see, JJ, can you see a video right now or not?
I cannot. You need to hit share screen. Down in the bottom, there's a green share button. You need.
Okay, so now let me see. So now if I do that.
Yes, now I'm seeing your screen, Zoom.
Can you see the video now or just see me?
Kill your Zoom page right there. You don't need that anymore.
Do what now?
You can kill that Zoom page, because right now what I'm seeing is Zoom.
Okay, kill the Zoom page.
You can kill that Zoom page, and then it should share behind it whatever's in there, you know, whatever you're trying to share. Oh,
okay, let's see. So that's it, share. Okay, there we go. Now.
Yep, there you go.
Now you can see it.
There's your live.
Is that too loud?
No. No, it's perfect.
Okay. So I could just share just a little bit of this.
Yep. So anyway, kids, yes, it's a beautiful afternoon on Saturday, and here we are. It's May 4th already. Wow, time is flying, isn't it, buddy?
Oh yeah, I cannot believe how fast it's going, JJ.
Whew. Yeah, and you know, here we are on this lovely Saturday, and we're here at the Kong Family Show, and we've got my good buddy, my friend, my mentor, and my sponsor in the Kong family. My buddy Tim McGaffin II. He's come in to share some magic with us. And, you know, we here at the Kong family, we just have this really simple goal. We just want to change the world.
Yeah.
People might think that's kind of a crazy goal, but you know what? It's happening. It's happening every single day. We get to see lives being changed, being turned completely around day after day after day. And it is such an incredible thing to be part of. And I got to give you a giant thanks, buddy, for being persistent and continuing to put stuff out. And I got to thank the lovely Miss Brittany for putting out that awesome post that changed my life. And I actually decided to pay attention.
Exactly. That's key.
And that changed the course of my life. So here we are. You know, now we have the Kong Family Show. We're sharing incredible guests. We're changing the world. As my good buddy Sean Wetzel would say, one glass of 9.5 at a time.
Yeah.
One lightning bolt in a box and one incredible guest, one incredible person at a time. So, Tim, how's things down there in southern Utah going today, buddy?
They're going great, JJ. Let's start this show off right. Kong's water. Get it. Drink it.
Live it.
Woo! We're changing and saving lives. Woo!
Yes.
Champions never quit.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. So how's little Abigail doing? She's so darn cute.
Yeah. So my wife and I, we got a new baby girl, Clarissa Abigail. And so this was Sherry's best pregnancy that she's ever had, and also her best labor she's ever had. And so we credit that to Kong's water. And so because hydration is so important in everything, especially pregnancy. And, you know, Sherry used to have really super hard pregnancies and super hard labors, but the difference is night and day since we've been drinking Kong's water for the last 3 years. So, and, you know, because of those amazing things we've seen happen in our lives, we decided to share the water with as many people as we could with our friends, our family, our neighborhood. And so many amazing things started happening with all the people we were sharing the water with. It seemed like almost everybody was asking where they could purchase the Kong water machine that produces this living water. So it's another amazing day here, changing the world, which is the goal of the Kong family. And we're having so much fun working together, me and you, JJ, and everybody else in the family. And as you know, my motto is champions never quit. The most difficult thing you can do in your life is to get back up when you get knocked down. And not only is getting back up when you get knocked down the most difficult thing you can do in your life, but it's also the greatest thing you can do in your life. So as long as you never give up, miracles are going to happen. And, it doesn't matter what obstacles come up or what the situation may seem like. In the end, you're always going to win because God's going to be on the side of someone who's not giving up. And in the end, it will all come together.
Yeah, boy, isn't that the truth, buddy? I mean, so many people, they'll start out in things, whatever it is they're doing, and they get to a certain point and they're not getting what they want out of it. They're not getting the success they were looking for. And then they quit just before it was ready to blow up. It's like there's this great cartoon that I've seen across Facebook where it shows these two guys digging a hole, and they're digging away. And the one guy, he like just digs down a few feet and he finds this little diamond, and he's like, oh, cool, that's sweet. And I'm happy, and he takes off with his little diamond. And the other guy who's digging in the other hole, he's like, man, I want that. So he jumps out of his hole and goes over to that hole and starts digging. And in the cartoon, you can see that all he needed to do was just dig just a couple more feet, and there was a great big old huge diamond right there if he would have just kept on going. And so, that when I saw that, the first thing I thought of was you and the fact that champions never quit. And that guy quit, and he ended up digging clear the heck down in that other hole and never got the diamond. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do. And I think a lot of people do that kind of thing just because of the fact that they get involved with things that aren't really what their passion is. They're not really the right place to go. And I know I'm a perfect example of that because I've gotten involved with so many things over my life that I thought were the right thing. But then once I got involved with them, I realized this isn't where I want to be. It's just starting a job, working for somebody, and you start this job thinking it's going to be great. And then you get in there and you don't like the job. You don't like the people that are around you. You don't like being there. And you're just like, this isn't where I want to be. So you go on to something else. And, I've had a double handful of those kinds of things over my life, and even some of that stuff over the last year. But the one thing that's really cool now is I've found my passion in this world. I really and truly have found my passion in this world, and it's so exciting. And it's something that when as well as I do, when I first got my machine, I'll never forget. You called me up and said, Jay, you got your machine. We're going to start having meetings at your house. I'm like, no. I just bought this thing because I wanted the machine for my health. I don't care about the business. I already have 3 other companies I'm doing right now. I don't want to do with the business. But the truth of the matter is once I started learning, I started feeling the effects of drinking the water because, a little backstory on me, I never drank water, ever.
Right.
The only time I would ever drink water was on a river trip because that was kind of part of the protocol of a river trip. You had to drink water. And the only other time I would ever drink water is if I was sick. Other than that, I got my water from my Gatorade, my beer, my Coke, my Sprite, my Mountain Dew, my Dr. Pepper, my Red Bull, my Monster energy drinks, whatever, I never got it from water. And I always had this thought process that, hey, all that stuff's got water in it. I give my water, I'm good to go, and boy, did I ever learn a lesson when I got involved with Kangen water and started actually drinking the water because I spent $4,000 on this machine. I'm like, by golly, I'm going to drink the water. So that large investment prompted me to do something that up until that point in my life, I had really never done. And it was really amazing what it started doing for my health, for my sleeping patterns, for my energy levels, and then as I was able to get other people to start drinking it, it started changing their lives as well. And then all of a sudden I had to start digging. When I started digging and learning why, and then I went, oh man, this is something that I have got to do. I have absolutely got to do this. I owe this to my mother, even though she's not with me anymore. She's the driving force behind why I do this, because I really and truly believe, in fact, I know that she would still be here with me today, barring some sort of catastrophic accident or something like that. She would still be here with me today.
Right.
If I would have known about this water and been able to get her to drink it. And so that's really my driving force, is I don't want people to feel the pain that I feel. It's been this June 6th or July 16th, it will be 29 years since my mother passed away. And she was eating 22 different medications every day. She only
Right.
had a sixth grade education because she could never stay healthy long enough to stay in school for a whole school year. I think it's absolutely an incredible miracle that I'm here alive and healthy. I was the second to the last of 12 kids that my mother had, even with as sick as she was throughout her life. And I had to have all my blood transfused right out of the chute as soon as I was born. And my twin sister, Gigi, we would have been JJ and Gigi. And she ended up passing away 26 hours after she was born. And I had to have my blood all transfused. And now that I think back about it, that's kind of funny. I look at all my family, all my brothers and sisters, and how much different I am from them. I'm thinking it's because I got different blood. I don't even know whose blood I got, but it ain't my mama's and it ain't my daddy's. And, you know, I'm just so much different than all of my family. It's kind of interesting. And so, yeah, it's been an incredible blessing, brother. And I gotta thank you. And I can't thank you enough for getting me into this and, you know, just your persistence, having that heart of a champion and not quitting and continuing to put information out there until finally I woke up. And it literally has shifted the course and direction of my life forever. And so, yeah, buddy, I'm so happy to have you on here with me today. And I just can't wait to hear what you got to bust out for us today. So, you know, let's have it. What do you got for us, brother?
Well, JJ, first of all, let's just start this off right. Here's a book right here called Proofs of a Conspiracy, not Theories of a Conspiracy, but Proofs of a Conspiracy by John Robinson. This is a book that from 1798. This is a book that George Washington recommended people to read. But basically, it talks about how the Illuminati was founded on May 1st, 1776.
Yeah.
You know, and right around the time when the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776. So again, this isn't a theory, this is proofs. And so I wanted to make a key point that when you're out there changing lives, there's going to be the opposition that's trying to stop you. You know, just like when the birth of America started with the founding fathers and mothers, you know, spreading the message of our God-given rights of life, liberty, property, privacy, that we, the people is the highest authority, that we don't serve the government serves us, that our rights don't come from the government, our rights come from God. When that blew people's minds, and they only had, you know, they had very little support as far as in America, the people that were for true liberty, they had very little support. But, you know, a lot of miracles happened at the Revolutionary War, and it couldn't all have come together without God helping them. So it's the same thing with this water. We're out there changing lives, and in the process of changing lives, we're going to have opposition. We're going to have all sorts of weird and strange things happen, and things popping up to try to stop the message of true health, because health and liberty go together. If you're sick physically or spiritually or financially, then you don't have freedom. So we have to help people with this water to get their health physical, get their spiritual health, and their financial health. All three are connected. And you hit on a lot of key points there. Here's a book, You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty, by Dr. Batman, that says don't treat thirst with medications. And he details in here that almost all serious health problems, if not all serious health problems, are caused by chronic dehydration. And the cure for chronic dehydration is good water. Well, you can't get any better water on the face of this planet than the water of champions, Kong's water, because of its unique properties. And so this is something that you can get passionate about. You talked about passion. So the thing that I found, you know, Sherry and I, we were looking for something to do that we could get passionate about, that we could do from home, that we could feel good about, that we could truly help other people. When we were newly married, we had 4 kids and a 5th on the way. She's pregnant with Timmy. So we were praying and searching for the answer, and we ran into Kong's water. And since that time of spreading the water, the message of the water, and sharing the water, and changing and saving people's lives, we've had a huge, dramatic turnaround. And our prayers were answered, and so now we're able to work from home. We're able to we're our own boss. We're in control, and we're able to have the time freedom and do the important things that we want to do with our time that's valuable. And so, number one, to be successful, in anything in life, number one, you have to have a dream. And so you have to, in the most powerful, you have to have a specific why. You got to have your dream. And what's your dream? And at the end of the day, your dream should be somehow related to freedom, because if it's not related to freedom, your motivation is going to die out. If you have a vision and a goal to have true freedom, you're going to stay motivated through the opposition, through the things that are thrown at you, so that you don't give up, so you can achieve that specific why of freedom. Sherry and I, our specific why is I want to be here at home for my wife, to help her through the pregnancy, for the kids, so I can be a good dad, so that they have a good father here that can help them, so they're able to get the critical thinking skills and the discernment skills and the recognizing the Holy Ghost skills, so that they can go out in life and not be tossed to and fro, that they can have a rocky foundation, so when the opposition, the strange and weird things happen, that they're going to continue on and they're not going to give up. So I needed to be here. I don't want to be in an office all day, away from my family, away from Sherry. She needs me. The baby's going to need me. The kids are going to need me. I need to be here. That's my motivation. That's what I'm talking about. And so you got to have a dream. You got to be motivated. And so when you got that dream, you got to be motivated. Then number two, you got to care about other people. Because if you got a dream that you want freedom in your life because of the people that you care about in your family, then you can extend that dream out to other people. You want them to have the same happiness. So you're going to be motivated to continue on to help other people have that same happiness. So as long as you have a dream for yourself and you care about other people, there's nothing that's going to stop you. And you're going to make it through, and you're going to be built on a rocky foundation. And so just like you were saying, there's a lot of different home business things out there, but most of them are built on a sandy foundation. They're here today, they're gone tomorrow. The Kong's water, the product that we have is built on a rocky foundation. Everybody needs water. And like you were saying, you were drinking Gatorade, you're getting your liquids from other sources. And just like Dr. Batman says here, and you're not sick, you're thirsty, you need water. You can't be drinking soda pop, you can't be drinking coffee, you can't be drinking sports drinks. You're not getting the same hydration. You need to be drinking water, and especially living water, Kong's water. How do you think King Kong got so big? He got for drinking this water, and we have all the science, not the fake science, all the real science backs us up. Here's another book, Confessions of a Skeptical Physician. This doctor, he was skeptical, and then he started looking into it, and he looked at the science, and he found the studies. At the back of this book, there's 25 studies at the back of this book, 25 studies that proves that this water is the real deal. We got the truth. So when you got the truth, you're going to have opposition, but because the opposition wants to stop the truth from going out, like we talked about in the beginning. And here's this book, Change Your Water, Change Your Life, by Dr. Dave Carpenter. He's a holistic doctor, and he first found out about this water when he went to Japan, and he saw some amazing things happen. He came back here to the U.S. This was in the 90s, but the Kong's water wasn't here in the U.S. It wasn't here until 2003 where these units were available. So he bought imitation or counterfeit units, and they didn't do the same thing. And it wasn't until Kong's water finally came to the U.S. and he was able to get the real deal, that he saw the same amazing things happen that he saw in Japan. And so now I kind of lost my track of thought, but circling back around, champions never quit. And the subtitle here, God is close by your side. Here's my book. I put my story of how I experienced strange and weird things going after my basketball dream. And it didn't seem like God was there. It didn't seem like he was helping me. But in the end, I discovered that he was there. He was helping me the entire time. And so I detail that so people know that do not give up, no matter what it seems like, no matter how hard of a situation you may be in or how difficult it may be, do not give up. The miracle is going to happen. But anyways, don't never give up, no matter what. Never, never, never give up. And so, I just want to speak to whoever's watching this right now, that if you are serious about working from home, you have found the answer. This is it. And so you need to find a way to get this Kong's water in your life. There's a lot of affordable options. If you have good credit, you can get it for as low as $45 a month. If you have bad credit, no problem. There's another option where everybody's approved. Credit is not checked. You do a down payment, and then you can get it for as low as $150 a month. And it's totally worth it. You just make some sacrifices. Stop eating so much. Stop going out to eat so much. Get rid of your magazine subscriptions. You don't need more than one cell phone. Find other things that you can sacrifice to get this water. It's going to be worth it. You're going to be built on a rocky foundation. You're going to have a family, the Kong's family, there to help you. I'm going to be there. JJ's going to be there. The whole family's going to be there. And as long as you have the dream, as long as you have number one, the dream, number two, that you really care about others, and you're not going to give up through the opposition, you're going to be successful. Whether it takes a few months or it takes a few years, it doesn't matter. You will be successful. And this is our family, and we want you in our family. We want you to get this water. We're here for you. We will help you. We're never going to give up. We're here for you all the time, and nothing's going to stop us from helping you to get where you want to be and achieve true health physically, spiritually, and financially. So was that pretty good there, JJ? We went to the bulk of it. We're not holding anything back. I'm tired of this opposition trying to censor our free speech. Yes, the Illuminati exists. Here it is right here. Proofs of a conspiracy. Let's get real now. The medical establishment is fake, okay? Yes. The medical establishment, if a parent say they diagnose the kid with cancer, lots of times I think the diagnosis, when they diagnose them with cancer, I don't think 100% it's always correct, because there's that family here in Utah, that Parker family in 2003, they diagnosed their son with Ewing sarcoma, some cancer, and the parents, they wanted to get the kid to get chemo. The parents said, no, we don't want chemo. The chemo kills. The cancer doesn't kill. It's the chemo that kills. And they got CPS called on, and they had to have this huge battle that went on and on and on. They were demonized in the media. 4 doctors said if this kid doesn't get chemo, he's 5% chance he's going to live. Well, the parents stuck with their guns. They didn't give up. The kid never got chemo. He grew up. He served a mission, 2-year mission, church mission for the Church of Jesus Christ. He went to college, got married. He's in his 20s now. He has no cancer. He's alive. He's 100% healthy. He never had chemo, and now, when these doctors diagnose a kid with cancer, if the parents say, no, we don't want to do chemo, they will kidnap the kid and try to force him to have chemo, even if it shows that there's no chemo. They want to give him chemo for 3 years to prevent the chemo to prevent the cancer. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's tons of things that are natural that work. Nutrition, hydration, there's a whole thing. There's tons of things. So why does the medical establishment want to just mandate chemo when there's tons of other treatments that work? And that's the other thing. If the medical establishment was so smart, JJ, here's the question. Let's put it out there to everybody. Ask yourself this question. Is cancer getting better or worse? Does it seem like hardly anybody's getting cancer nowadays, or does it seem like almost everybody's getting cancer? So you know the answer. So if the medical establishment is so smart, why is cancer, I'm not even going to say if it's getting better or worse. You say in your mind, you have the answer in your head. Is it getting better or worse? You know the truth. So why listen to the medical establishment? Is obesity getting better or worse? Is health overall getting better or worse? Other than the passionate people that are into the things that actually work, the nutrition and the Kong's water, whose health is, dramatic, incredible, amazing things are happening. Other than that, you know, and organic food and healthy food, that's a thing that's growing bigger and bigger, you know, and you'll see when you go to the grocery store, there's less and less items with corn syrup in them, because we, the people, have the power. We ultimately have the power. If we stand up, they have to do what we want them to do. They will shift over to what we want. If we keep standing up, then we can stop this medical tyranny of them trying to kidnap kids when the parents don't want to do chemo. They can stop harassing parents and families, stop trying to bully us and intimidate us, stop trying to threaten arrest of the real good doctors who are really, truly helping people. And, you know, the medical establishment will bend to the will of the people if we continue to stand up. And that's why this Kong's water is so important, because we are fighting the forces of evil with this water. Getting this water in your life, you're standing up for true health. You're standing up for liberty. You're exposing this whole thing, proofs of a conspiracy. And when you stand up to them, all their fake illusion of power crumbles like a house of cards, you know. The Babylon is not real. It's fake. They pretend they have the power. They don't have any power. We, the people, have the power. As we stand up, it will all fall apart like a house of cards. So that's why we're passionate about this water. That's why Kong got so big. Kong cannot be stopped. You think Kong up against the puny little medical establishment, big pharma, and all these jokesters, all these fake people is going to stop Kong? No way. Nothing can stop us. We are champions. We will never give up. Never giving up is the most powerful force in the universe. So there's some things I wanted to get off on my chest. JJ, what do you think about that?
I absolutely love it, brother. You know, because it actually brings back very fond memories of how we actually met. Because we met on Facebook through the Ron Paul revolution back in 2008. And I thought it was interesting how Facebook sent me a message saying that you and I were celebrating 7 years of friendship after 11 years of friendship. And, you know, we had the chance to meet each other in person. And that was, you know, that brings to mind something else that I know there's a lot of people.
Wait, hold that thought, right? Don't forget that thought, JJ. Just interrupt, because then we met in person. It was at the 2012 Republican state convention, and you know, I was chanting "End the Fed," you know, the Federal Reserve, "End the Fed, end the Fed," and we had never met in person yet. And you were behind me, and you're like, "Yeah, right on, yeah." And you're like smiling. I'm like, "All right," but I didn't know for sure I didn't recognize your face yet, because sometimes people's profile photos on Facebook and in person, you don't match it up exactly all of a sudden, you know. I was like, but I didn't know if you were for real or not, because I knew there's other people there that would fake like they're on your side, but they were trying to find out who the people were for Ron Paul or for liberty, and they wanted to make sure that they didn't get their vote counted as a delegate and all that stuff. So I didn't know if you were really, truly for ending the Fed and you were just you're pretending, or if you were the real deal. But you kept I kept doing the chant. You kept over and over again. You're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, wait a second. I think this guy's for real. I kept like looking at you, and I'm like, wait a second. Oh, it's that guy. It's JJ. Oh, right. And then we started hugging, and we're like, HooDeeHoooo.
Right?
What's that?
I said, especially with the name like JJ Surprise, you know.
Yeah.
I've had so many people over the years on Facebook tell me, yeah, why don't you have a little bit of balls and put your real name up there, dude, you know, and that kind of stuff. And, you know, interestingly enough, back in that time frame, you probably wouldn't have really recognized me anyway, because I had all my pictures that were up there, my hair is flying and flaming, and I, you know, didn't look anything like what you know, like if you go look at the morning motivations, you see a completely different person than you do when I get on the Kong Family show most of the time. And because I try to clean up just a little bit for the Kong family, but you know, it's all in fun. It's all, one of my things is, if you're not having fun doing what you're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
And you know, I've got a friend of mine on Facebook that's part of the Kong family, and he's been having some people bashing his posts and that kind of stuff. And this particular post that's going on right now, where he's got friends of his that are bashing him, telling him how this water is a scam and all this crud, you know, and I just can't help myself, because they don't know what
hold that thought, JJ. When people say it's a scam, okay, read this book. You're not sick, you're thirsty. Read this book. Change Your Water, Change Your Life. Oh, read this, Confessions of a Skeptical Physician. Oh, go to all these studies, 25 studies here. We can find them all online too. Oh, did you look at all that stuff? No. Well, then there you go, you know. So continue on.
That's exactly it. People like that Because see, this is the thing. When you were posting about Kangen water 3 years ago, I was laughing at you. I just thought it was the stupidest thing on the planet. I can't believe it. My brother Tim's lost his mind. I can't believe it. Water's water. This is ridiculous, you know. But the thing was, this is the thing. I never posted anything about it. I never, ever, like, said, oh, what a bunch of crap, Tim. You know, I just had thoughts to myself, and I'd give you likes and move on. And that would be that, because I had too much respect for my friend to be going and yammering on about something that I had no freaking clue about. I had no idea that water is just water. H2O is just H2O. Kong's water isn't H2O. It's H2 negative OH. It's something completely different for about 48 hours. Then it just turns right back into regular old, plain old poisonous water again. And I didn't know anything about it, so I didn't open up my pie hole and do anything to, you know, make your life miserable or embarrass myself. And I just kind of followed along. And then eventually that incredible story of Brittany's came across, and that lit up my light bulb. And all of a sudden I decided maybe I should check this out, because when she was on 19 different medications, that reminded me of my mother. And she is such a young lady. My mother was 66 years old and on 22 different medications. And so the correlation between the two just rang true to me. And I had to finally, because all this time I was watching you post for, it was about a good 6 months.
Yeah.
I never hit the see more button once, not once. I never read into any of it. I never looked at any of it. I just like gave it a like and laughed and moved on. And, you know, like in this particular case with this friend, he's got these so-called friends that are, it's a scam and, you know, made in China and all this, just a bunch of nonsense. And I'm like, you know, you guys, why are you sitting here bashing your friend when you obviously know nothing about the situation? You know nothing about what you're talking about. Everything you're saying is BS. And the thing is I'm not the kind of person that I'm going to go out there and yammer on about things that I know nothing about. And if it is something I want to learn about, then I'm going to go learn about it. And once I know something about it, then I might have something to say about it. But until then, I'm just going to keep my pie hole zipped about it, you know? and that's what I did. And it was, you know, it was so powerful once I finally did, you know, read the minutes of the last meeting, for lack of a better term. You know, these kinds of people who are willing to go out there and bash people over things they know nothing about, they're not going to read a book like that. They're not going to pay any attention to that. They already know everything. They're just like my oldest brother, who one time told me, I know everything there is to know about everything. And he wasn't being facetious. He wasn't joking. He really and truly believes that he knows everything there is to know about everything. And I feel sorry for him. And he lives like 3 miles away from me. I haven't seen him in 2 years.
Right.
And it'll probably be another 5 or 10 years before I see him. You know, it'll probably be when he dies and I go to his funeral. That'll be the last time I see him and the next time I see him. But whatever, you know, I can't do anything for people who think they already know everything. I can't do anything for people who I care more about their health than they do. I can't care more for your health than you do. You know, if that's right. The case, guess what? You're never going to get any help because you got to care for your health.
That's right.
And that's one of the big battles that we face in this, is that so many people, they think water is just water, and they're right. Because Kong's water is something completely different, but only for a period of time. I call it the great conundrum of life.
Exactly.
You got to have it. On the other hand, it's killing you. And so, you know, that's where we have such a tremendous gift and such a tremendous potential to change the world. And, you know, 2.5 years ago, you would have never caught me on here saying that I had a goal of changing the world, because it seemed like such a far-fetched thing, even though I was involved with the Liberty movement and just seeing how futile it seemed to be. But when you can help people with their health and get them feeling better, then you have a better avenue to be able to, you know, they'll care more about their freedom if they
That's
have.
right. It's connected.
Yeah, it's been a quite the incredible journey, and the cool part is it's just getting started.
That's right.
We have at this point, for people out there that are going to be listening to this replay, for whatever reason, Facebook has booted off the live thing, and it's not letting me share this live on my pages today. I tried both on the J. John Surprise page and the Kong Family page, and it's just kicking it off after just a couple seconds. And
Yeah,
so,
well, it's like we talked about, JJ, strange and weird things happen, Look at all the truth that we're dropping on this show, so they don't want that message getting out. So it's okay because it's still going to get out. They can't stop it.
yeah, that those two little liberty lovers are getting together. Oh my God, we gotta cut that off.
That's
Who knows? Kind of fun to laugh about it, but you never know. I mean, this world is full of so much distraction and so much illusion.
Exactly.
Things that are real and true, people refuse to pay attention to them because of so much stuff out there that's false.
Exactly.
And so we are going to be the champions who never quit, and we're going to keep putting out the truth. We're going to, it's like I was talking to one of my buddies up in Canada that's part of the Kong family, and he called it Kangen water. And the truth of the matter is, it's really not that big of a deal to call it Kangen water versus Kongan water. But like I said to him, I'm into being accurate and truthful. And the thing is that if you listen to that beautiful voice inside the Kangen water machine, every time you hit a button, she says, Kangen water, 9.5. Kangen water, 8.5. She doesn't say Kangen water, 9.5. She says Kangen. And so I like, and I always say, if she said Kangen water, then Kong wouldn't even exist. Kong's water would not even exist. I would have never came up with the parallel.
Yeah.
And the reason I came up with this was so I could have some fun with it. And so I could
That's right.
separate my brand just a little bit. And so, people call it Kangen water. And the truth is that's not the truth. It's not Kangen water. Even Daniel DeMacaulay calls it Kangen water in his Demon Predictions. I'm just like, it's not really that big of a deal. But for me, the reason that resonates with me is because I'm into the truth and I'm into being accurate about things. And if I find out that something I'm doing is not the truth and it's not accurate, then I switch and I change and I go to the truth and the accuracy. I don't have, people have accused me over the last 26 years of having this like hell bent for leather, rock solid paradigm that I know how it is and all that kind of crud. And I'm like, no, my paradigm has shifted over and over and over and over again over the last 26 years. Every time I find out that the paradigm I'm looking at is actually not accurate, well, guess what I do? I shift it, take it to a different spot. Just like with this, I thought this was the biggest crock of crap in the world. I thought it was just stupid. I thought my buddy Tim McGaffin had lost his brain. And I didn't, that was another paradigm shift. Once I found out that I was full of it, I had to shift. And that's really what our big goal is out there. And that's how we're changing the world, is by shifting paradigms.
Exactly.
By teaching people the truth, showing people the truth, continuing to push and work towards the truth and changing our paradigms if necessary when the truth is shown to us.
That's right.
And I don't think there's anything that can be more powerful in the world than pushing the truth and always looking for and battling for and trying to find the truth and then sharing it out with every ounce of your soul.
Yeah, I think we shifted some paradigms on this show today. I think that's the title I'm going to give this show, Kong's Water, Shifting Paradigms.
I love it. Yes. Who knows? We can only shift their paradigms if they're willing to learn.
That's right. And that's the thing about you, JJ, is that you're willing to accept truth once you see it and shift your paradigm and adjust to the truth rather than trying to get a truth to adjust to you. You are able to adjust to the truth. And that is the most important quality. That's what I was looking for when I was looking for the right person to marry, is if, you know, we can disagree on something, but can we have an open mind and to find the truth rather than always thinking we know all the answers and that there isn't any more? You know, are we able to have that quality to accept the truth when we see it and recognize it?
Yes, amen. Hey, you know, I got to tell you something, buddy. We got a yam demo going, you know, with the
In your
4
house?
yams here
The
at the
different
house.
waters?
And the first yam that has started to sprout is the 9.5 yam.
Yeah. You got 9.5 and you've got like reverse osmosis or bottled water. And
Yeah, I've got Dasani tap water 9.5 and 8.5, and the 9.5 one is the first one.
First one.
Sprout.
HooDeeHoooo!
Sprout coming out of its top.
It's the first one.
Some roots growing down into the, and interestingly enough, the tap water has a little root coming out down at the bottom. The 9.5 water has quite a few roots coming down at the bottom, and the 8.5 has a few roots down at the bottom. The Dasani, not a single root is coming out of the bottom of that thing.
All right, all right.
It's going to just be, you know, it's going to be a perfect demonstration of just how dead these bottled waters are. And, you know, it's pretty cool. And Tina's actually the one that did it. She had to, because she doesn't believe any of this stuff, believe it or not.
She wanted to do it herself.
Yeah, she put this together. She stuck the things in them. She cut them. She put them in there, and it's all her thing. But I thought it was pretty cool looking at it and see it. Oh, looky there. Hey, the 9.5 is the first one to sprout.
Yes.
You know? So, yeah. So is there anything else? I know we've been in here for, we've only been in here for about a half an hour because it took us a little bit to get going. But,
well, I think it's just a good ending point, but I think maybe just end on the Water of Champions movie that we put together. And, you know, if you search on multiple various video platforms online, you know, if you go to YouTube or if you go to Brighteon, BRIGHTEON.com, they're more supporting of free speech, Brighteon. But anyways, if you do a search for Water of Champions, and my name, Tim McGaffin II, or Timothy McGaffin II, McGaffin, you'll come across the movie Water Champions. But if you take the time to watch that, it's going to blow you away, this water, and then get back to whoever you've, you know, been talking to about this water. Get back to JJ, get back to whoever it is that you've been working with, and let's get this water in your life. Let's take some action and find a way, make a sacrifice to get the water in your life, because it's going to come back to you. Miracles are going to happen. But JJ, maybe we can just play the first like minute of that on here.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't you have like a little trailer, kind of a little trailer going?
Just play like the trailer part of it.
Yeah.
Let's play the trailer, see if we can get this to work here. So let's see.
Hit your share button.
Yeah. Okay. So I can go like this, share, and okay. Can you see the video now?
Yep.
Okay. So let's play this and the beginning trailer part of it.
Power on. Kangen water 9.5.
Lighter here. Okay, turn it on. Okay, now listen. You hear that snap, crackle, pop? It is highly antioxidant. That's what you want to be drinking. This is the good, healthy alkaline water. This is not the bad alkaline water, but the good. So now, poison in a bottle. Keep your eye on this light bulb. Dead water. Okay, I'll put it back into the Kangen water over here. Living water. So it's the same tea bag, but now it's different waters, the Kangen water. Woo-hoo! We're gonna drain this one out. Do you see all those chemicals? Everything they sprayed on our produce coming right off. Oh yeah, you gotta get excited when you see this. This is insane. I cannot believe this. Well, I can because I've seen it so many times now, but it is still so amazing when you see it. Champions never quit. Hi, this is Tim McGaffin II.
There,
My motto in life is champions.
There we go, JJ. Did that work there?
I love it.
Woo!
I love that. You know, and for people out there, I've been cleaning my vegetables off now for 2 years, and I never get used to it. Every time, last night, my sweetie came home with a batch of tomatoes from the fresh market, and I immediately took them, put them in a bowl, and started running some 11.5 water over them. And I decided last night to do both. I decided to put 3 of them in the tap water and 2 of them into the Kong's water. And it's so crazy because as soon as I got the water ready to go, using the finger test, got it ready to put in, I started running it over those tomatoes, and literally that clear water is going down onto those tomatoes, and the water that's coming off of the tomatoes is turning yellow right before my eyes. Literally, it didn't take any time whatsoever. As soon as that water hit those tomatoes, the yellow water started coming off, and the tomatoes were literally turning the water from clear to yellow just like that. And I'm going, sweetie, look at this. Isn't this just disgusting? I mean, and then I took a little taste of it just for the fun of it, took a little taste of that yellow water, and it tastes like soapy oil.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when my mom washed my mouth out with soap when I was a kid for swearing, you know?
Yeah.
It was gross, you know, but this is what people are eating. Everybody's eating this stuff, and there's only one way to get this garbage off of your food.
That's right.
It doesn't matter what's in that garbage. All I know is whatever it is, it ain't good. It ain't good for the machine right here, kids. And remember, this machine, this is the machine that's important, okay? That Kangen water machine that you saw in there, that's not the healer. That's not the miracle. That's not the thing that's fixing things. That's not the thing that's curing diseases or anything like that. What it is it is a tool, and it is an incredible gift that was given to us by God and Mr. Oshiro. And what the miracle is, what the healer is this thing right here, kids. This thing runs on 120 millivolts of electricity and hydrogen. And if you give this machine what it needs, you give it that electricity, you give it that hydrogen in a hydrated alkaline environment, there are no incurable diseases, as Dr. Barry Oss says in his incredible video about it. There are no incurable diseases, kids. There is a point of no return, where if you let it go too far, sometimes you just nothing can be done. Like, I think when a lady is pregnant, if she doesn't get, I think it's vitamin D. I could be wrong about which particular vitamin it is, but there's a particular vitamin that when the lady is pregnant, if she does not get enough of this vitamin in her system so that the baby gets this vitamin in its system, the baby will be born with no eyeballs, no eyes. They're not there. And once that baby is born with no eyes, it doesn't matter how much vitamin D or vitamin C, whatever the vitamin is, it doesn't matter how much you give it after that.
Right.
It's past the point of no return. And it's the same thing with everything else with the body. You know, you cut yourself, it fixes itself. You don't have to go unless it's a really horribly bad cut, you know, and even a really horribly bad cut will heal itself as long as it gets what it needs. You'll just have a big ugly scar, right? Like this one. See that one?
That's,
you know?
Yeah, those are the battle wounds for being in the fight for truth and liberty.
Yeah, exactly. And climbing the monkey bars when I was 10. But yeah, brother, you know, it's been a blast having you on today, and I look forward to doing it again. What we're planning on is to have Tim come on the show once a month. I'm not sure exactly what day that's going to be. It might be like the second Saturday or first Saturday of every month. It's probably going to be on a Saturday though, right?
Probably, but we like to mix it up too. We like to surprise people.
Yeah. So I'm into whenever you're into, and we just want to make sure that that when we get together here on the Kong Family Show, that we bring some value and that we have some fun, that we teach people, that, you know, we just get this incredible message out there, because after all, we are the Kong family and we have this very simple goal, right? What is it again?
Change the world.
We just want to change the world. How are we going to do it?
Never giving up.
Never giving up. And one glass of 9.5
at a time.
one lightning bolt in a box, and Kong's water. Get it.
Drink it. Live it.
Live it.
Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
Love you, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking your precious time. I know you're busy now you've got 6 angels.
Yep.
You've got a total of 7 angels in the house now, don't you?
6. So, well, there's 8, you know, total, me and Sherry, but 6 kids.
6 kids, and
Yeah.
yeah, so 8 total angels in the house.
Yeah.
You got your work cut out for you, brother.
Right.
So I really appreciate you taking time to come in here with me.
Well, thanks for having me, JJ.
And sharing out some valuable stuff for people to learn from. And we're gonna, as soon as this gets got back to me, I'll get it loaded up onto Facebook and send you the link, and we can share it out to our heart's content to the world. And so I look forward to next time, brother. Have yourself the rest of an awesome day and a great rest of the weekend. And once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your persistence and for being there for me and for helping change my life for the better.
Thank you. We are changing lives, no doubt about it. We're changing and saving lives. We're changing the world. We are.
Amen, brother. Don't forget your hugs, kids. Love you, buddy. Have a great one.
Thanks, JJ. You too.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. HooDeeHoooo!